this is completely new, the idea of using headphones to detect and treat mid-ear infections.
Imagine if a simple pair of headphones could detect and treat ear infections. No doctor visit, no painful procedures, no antibiotics, just light. 14-year-old Leanne Fan from the US has done exactly that. She created Finsen Headphones, Bluetooth-style headphones that scan your ear, diagnose an infection, treat it with blue light therapy. Early tests show they can reduce bacterial load by 60% in just 45 minutes and potentially prevent childhood hearing loss. A teenager may have just reinvented ear care for millions of kids. The problem of childhood ear infections. Middle ear infections, also known as otitis media, are one of the most common pediatric illnesses worldwide. Each year, over 700 million cases are reported globally, with a significant portion affecting children under the age of 5. That's more than the entire population of Europe. Crying, congested, feverish toddlers struggling through ear pain. These infections aren't just a temporary inconvenience. They're a leading cause of hearing loss in children, often resulting in speech delays, learning difficulties, and social challenges. For most kids, the hearing loss is temporary, but for some, especially those with frequent or untreated infections, the damage can be permanent. The culprit? Fluid buildup behind the eardrum that disrupts sound transmission, and over time can scar delicate inner ear structures. Treatment usually starts with antibiotics, lots of antibiotics, which sounds reasonable until you consider the long-term consequences. Overprescription contributes to rising antibiotic resistance, turning once manageable infections into stubborn, drug-resistant threats. Parents know the routine all too well. A whimpering child in the middle of the night, the fever, the frantic appointment booking, the pharmacy run, and the lingering worry. And for many families, that routine ends in surgery. A tiny plastic tube inserted into the child's eardrum to help drain fluid and equalize pressure. Effective, yes, but invasive and not without risk. The question is simple. What if there were a better way? A safe, comfortable, non-invasive, at-home alternative that didn't involve repeat prescriptions or operating rooms. Because with millions of children suffering every year, it's clear we don't just need treatment, we need a new approach. Meet Leanne Fan and the birth of Finsen Headphones. Leanne Fan wasn't your typical 14-year-old. While most kids her age were busy with school dances and science homework, she was busy reimagining pediatric healthcare. Her inspiration came from two very different places, the personal and the scientific. First, she watched close friends suffer through the endless cycle of ear infections, the discomfort, the antibiotics, and the surgeries. She saw the toll it took on kids her age, not just physically, but emotionally. The missed school days, the frustration, the helplessness. Then came the spark. Leanne had been reading about phototherapy, the use of specific light wavelengths to treat infections, and how telemedicine was transforming at-home care. The question hit her like a lightning bolt. Why not combine the two? The result was a device no one saw coming. Imagine a pair of sleek, Bluetooth-style headphones, but built for healing instead of music. Hidden inside? A tiny USB otoscope that provides real-time imaging of the ear canal, letting doctors see what's going on remotely. But that's not all. The real innovation lies in the built-in blue light therapy emitters, designed to target and kill bacteria responsible for middle ear infections. No pills, no pain, just light. And the name? Finsen Headphones, a tribute to Niels Finsen, the Nobel Prize-winning Danish scientist who pioneered light-based treatments over a century ago. Innovation doesn't always wear a lab coat. Sometimes it wears a hoodie and works by a desk lamp. Because sometimes the future of medicine begins in a teenager's bedroom, with an idea, a soldering iron, and a question no adult thought to ask. How the Finsen headphones work. At first glance, the Finsen headphones look like a regular pair of sleek, over-ear headphones. But inside, they're a miniaturized medical clinic, quietly merging telemedicine, phototherapy, and consumer tech into a single, child-friendly device. Let's break it down. The Finsen system has 3 core functions, each seamlessly integrated into its design. 1. Diagnosis. Embedded in the earpiece is a USB-powered otoscope, a tiny camera that delivers a live video feed of the child's ear canal. This stream can be viewed by a remote doctor or processed through AI-assisted software, trained to recognize the telltale signs of infection: redness, swelling, fluid buildup, or inflammation. No more guessing, no more waiting rooms. Parents can get clarity from home. 2. Treatment. Once an infection is confirmed, the same device becomes the treatment. Blue light LEDs, positioned carefully within the earpiece, emit wavelengths specifically tuned to suppress bacterial growth, especially common strains like Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenzae. This light doesn't produce heat, so there's no risk of burns or tissue damage. Just clean, cold light doing quiet work inside the ear. 3. Comfort and compliance. Let's be honest, kids hate medical devices, but they love headphones. That's the genius. The Finsen headphones are designed to be comfortable, familiar, and even fun. Children can wear them while watching cartoons, reading books, or playing games. They don't have to sit still or take bitter meds, they just wear their healing headphones. In essence, the Finsen headphones combine early detection, targeted therapy, and user-friendly design, not as a gimmick, but as a game changer in how we treat one of the most stubborn childhood ailments. Key takeaway number 1. Light can heal. Why blue light? Because when it comes to killing bacteria, light isn't just illumination, it's a weapon. Certain bacteria, especially the kinds that love to linger in the middle ear, are surprisingly vulnerable to specific wavelengths of light. Blue light, particularly in the 405 to 470 nanometer range, can penetrate bacterial cell walls and trigger a photochemical reaction that damages their structure. Imagine it as a microscopic laser show, but instead of entertaining an audience, it's breaking down bacterial defenses from the inside out. Unlike antibiotics, which target metabolic pathways and often lead to resistance, blue light therapy works on a physical level, leaving bacteria little room to adapt. There's no DNA to mutate around a photon. That means no prescription, no pills, and no drug resistance. And here's the best part. It's non-invasive and safe. There's no heat involved, no radiation, no surgical procedure, just cold light applied gently through the ear canal. In early lab tests using simulated infection models, a single 45-minute treatment session reduced bacterial load by up to 60%. With repeated use, researchers believe the headphones could potentially eliminate infections, especially when caught early. This isn't some sci-fi miracle cooked up in a biotech thriller. It's biophysics, applied with precision and creativity. The same light waves that power your screen or illuminate your desk lamp have now been reimagined as a tool for healing. In a world where antibiotics are losing their edge, light offers a powerful, drug-free alternative. And thanks to innovations like the Finsen headphones, that alternative might soon be sitting comfortably on a child's ears. The pediatric advantage. Let's face it, kids hate medical stuff. Eardrops sting, doctor visits are stressful, and needles? Pure nightmare fuel. But you know what kids don't hate? Headphones. Headphones mean cartoons, music, video games, comfort, distraction, and fun. That's the genius of the Finsen headphones. Instead of fighting pediatric resistance to treatment, they lean into what children already love. By disguising a medical device as a familiar, non-threatening gadget, Finsen headphones tackle one of the most frustrating parts of pediatric care: compliance. Getting a child to sit still for treatment is usually a battle, but ask them to wear headphones during their favorite TV show? Done. No bribes, no meltdowns, no wrestling a squirming toddler into submission. And there's more. The experience doesn't feel like medical care, which dramatically lowers anxiety for both the child and the parent. Kids don't feel like they're being treated. They feel like they're just hanging out. Meanwhile, parents can remotely monitor the otoscope feed on a tablet, checking in with a doctor without ever leaving the house. And since ear infections often hit after hours, cue the 2 a.m. fever and screaming. The Finsen Headphones provide immediate at-home relief. No urgent care, no all-night ER wait, no car rides in pajamas. Just plug in, press play, and begin healing. The key insight? Medicine doesn't have to look like medicine. By hiding healing in plain sight, the Finsen Headphones turn treatment into something magical. Something that fits into a child's world instead of disrupting it. Key takeaway number 2. Telemedicine plus consumer tech equals healthcare 2.0. The Finsen Headphones aren't just a cool invention. They're part of a bigger movement. A movement where healthcare doesn't live in hospitals anymore. It lives in your pocket, on your wrist, over your ears. This is Healthcare 2.0, where clinical-grade tools meet consumer-friendly design, and where treatment happens anywhere, anytime, not just in sterile exam rooms. Finsen Headphones are a perfect case study. They blend medical-grade sensors with a device that looks and feels like something your kid already owns. There's no training manual, no intimidating machinery, just plug it in and the healing begins. At the same time, they're built to work seamlessly with telemedicine platforms. Remote doctors can view real-time otoscope video, monitor progress, and adjust treatment, all without requiring an in-person visit. The device could even connect to cloud-based systems that log each session, track symptoms, and flag unusual patterns. Now imagine the full ecosystem. A child wears the headphones while watching cartoons. The otoscope sends a live feed to a pediatrician. An AI assistant scans for inflammation or infection markers. Parents receive alerts. Treatment complete or infection improving. Everything documented, everything connected. It's no longer just about curing infections. It's about building intelligent, home-based health systems with devices that are friendly, intuitive, and smart. The Finsen Headphones aren't just a gadget. They're a miniaturized clinic in a headset, quietly pushing healthcare into the future, one blue light at a time. The science behind the breakthrough. Behind the friendly headphones and cartoon-colored app lies a powerful trio of scientific disciplines. The Finsen Headphones may look simple, but their impact is rooted in serious biology, physics, and medical innovation. Let's unpack the pillars that make this device work. 1. Optical diagnostics. At the heart of the headphones is a miniature otoscope camera, a high-resolution lens that provides real-time imaging of the ear canal. What once required a doctor's visit and a clunky wall-mounted scope can now happen at home, instantly. Parents can view the feed themselves or send it to a remote specialist who can assess the ear for signs of redness, fluid buildup, or inflammation. Better yet, AI algorithms can assist in identifying subtle infection markers, helping catch issues before symptoms escalate. 2. Photodynamic bacterial suppression. This is where the science gets dazzling. The blue light therapy used by Finsen Headphones isn't just about shining light on bacteria. It's about activating a photochemical chain reaction. When certain bacteria are exposed to blue wavelengths, around 405 to 470 nanometers, their molecules become unstable. This triggers the release of reactive oxygen species, tiny assassins that break down cell membranes and kill the bacteria from within. No heat, no chemicals, just light-induced oxidative stress, engineered for precision. 3. Non-pharmaceutical intervention. The most game-changing pillar? Finsen offers treatment without a single pill. No antibiotics, no risk of resistance. In an era where antimicrobial resistance, AMR, is considered a global health emergency, the ability to treat infections non-pharmaceutically is a massive leap forward. Devices like this align with worldwide efforts to preserve antibiotic effectiveness while still providing fast, effective care. In short, no pills, no surgery, no side effects. Just light, optics, and smart design, working together to change the rules of pediatric care. Early results and clinical potential. So far, the data tells an exciting story. In early lab tests and pilot studies, the Finsen headphones are showing the kind of results that usually take years of refinement to achieve. In controlled lab environments, a single 45-minute session led to a 60% reduction in bacterial load, an impressive drop, especially considering no antibiotics were involved. The blue light therapy appeared to weaken and destroy bacterial colonies without damaging surrounding tissue. But science isn't just about petri dishes, it's about people. In real-world pilot trials with children, the results were just as encouraging. Kids tolerated the sessions easily, often without even realizing they were receiving treatment. No stinging, no strange smells, no stress. Parents reported seeing reduced symptoms, less pain, and fewer fevers within hours of using the device. If these results hold in larger clinical trials, the implications are massive. Pediatricians could start prescribing Finsen headphones as a first-line therapy, allowing families to treat infections at home quickly and comfortably. That means fewer doctor visits, less antibiotic use, and far less risk of complications like chronic infections or hearing loss. It also means shifting from a reactive model, treating infections after they become severe, to a proactive model where parents catch symptoms early and intervene immediately. A child's ear starts hurting at bedtime? No more waiting until morning. The headphones go in, the therapy begins. Yes, it's early, but if the data keeps trending in this direction, we're not just looking at a cool gadget, we're looking at a revolution in pediatric medicine. Key takeaway number 3. A teen inventor changed the game. Leanne Phan's story isn't just inspiring, it's transformative. At just 14 years old, she didn't wait for a medical degree or a research grant. She saw a problem, connected dots that others overlooked, and built a solution that could change how millions of children are treated around the world. Her journey is a powerful reminder that innovation doesn't come with an age requirement. What Leanne lacked in formal credentials, she made up for with curiosity, empathy, and a deep understanding of the real-world challenges kids face. She wasn't trying to impress the healthcare industry. She was trying to help her friends feel better, and that made all the difference. By combining a familiar piece of tech, headphones, with emerging medical science, she created something that feels more like a gadget than a treatment. That's not a gimmick, that's the future. Healthcare doesn't have to be cold, intimidating, or clinical. It can be intuitive, playful, even fun. Her work also proves that youth-led innovation matters. Teen inventors bring a fresh lens, one that isn't bogged down by how things have always been done. They ask bold questions, they challenge assumptions, and sometimes they create solutions that the adults never saw coming. Leanne Phan didn't just invent a medical device, she reimagined what pediatric care could look like. And in doing so, she reminded us of a simple truth. Sometimes the best solutions come from the youngest minds with the freshest eyes. The future of the Finsen headphones. What began as a science fair project in a teenager's bedroom now stands on the edge of global medical transformation. But the Finsen headphone story is far from over. In fact, it's just getting started. The next frontier? Regulatory approval and clinical validation. To make the leap from promising prototype to mainstream medical device, the Finsen system will need to undergo FDA approval and large-scale clinical trials. These steps will ensure its safety, efficacy, and long-term viability as a first-line treatment. In parallel, integration with telehealth platforms could supercharge accessibility. Pediatricians could monitor infections in real time, track symptom improvements, and even prescribe personalized light therapy protocols, all through a secure app connected to the headphones. Then comes scaling, making the device affordable and available worldwide. With strategic partnerships and streamlined manufacturing, the goal is clear: no child left behind, regardless of geography or income level. But why stop at kids? The same core tech could be adapted for adult ear infections, swimmer's ear, or even chronic otitis externa in seniors. There's also promising research into UV blue hybrid therapies, which could accelerate bacterial eradication without increasing risks. And looking beyond the ear entirely, The success of Finsen may spark an entire category of light-based treatments. Imagine wearables for respiratory infections, light therapy patches for sinus congestion, consumer-friendly gadgets for skin conditions like acne or eczema, even smart glasses that monitor and treat eye infections. What started as one girl's idea could evolve into an entire wave of diagnostic and therapeutic wearables. Because in medicine, breakthroughs rarely come from the expected places, and sometimes the future arrives wearing headphones. One teenage inventor looked at a pair of headphones and saw a solution to childhood hearing loss. Leanne Fan's Finsen Headphones are more than a gadget. They diagnose, they treat, they empower parents, and they give kids a painless path to healing. Subscribe for more stories where genius meets compassion, and the next big medical breakthrough might just come from someone's bedroom lab. And tell us in the comments, would you let your child use AI-powered, light-based headphones instead of antibiotics? Stay blessed and stay curious.